Hey guys, it's Abby from Abby of Pelennor, and today I'm going to be telling you about 5 underrated YA fantasy books that you need to read. So these are 5 books that I absolutely adore within the YA fantasy dystopian genre. I combine them together because personally, although they are obviously different, they give me the similar sort of vibes, and these are just so underrated, and I really think you guys should pick them up. So, first things first, I'm going to start with the most fun of them all, and that is the Finishing School series by Gail Carriger, the first book being Etiquette and Espionage. This is a Victorian steampunk finishing school for spies. If you've ever read the Gallagher Girl series by Ali Carter, this is similar, but more fantastical. It also includes flying dirigibles, vampires, werewolves. There's a mechanical dog called Bumbersnoot. It is absolutely ridiculous, so silly and so much fun. I love this series so much. I read it because Zoe from Zoe Your Book made me, and I'm very glad. I have 1 book in this series left to read. There's only 4 books in this series, but Gail Carriger kind of has like an interlinked world where there's different series but they all are set in the same world, so I'm definitely going to be picking up more from her in the future once I finish this series. It's so much fun. Sticking with the kind of interlinked worlds, Queendom of the Seven Lakes by A.B. Endicott, either this edition or the bind-up edition with the second book in the duology, Kingdom of the Seven Lakes. This is one of my favourite fantasy books ever. We follow a young girl, young woman, I don't know, it's YA, you know what I mean, and she is trained to be an assassin for the family, and they are hired out to kill people, but she is hired by the queen of this queendom to protect the prince, because she's actually planning on making the prince the king. They've never had a king, ever. It's always been women on the throne. And so Eleanor is like, why are you hiring me to protect someone? I murder people. But sure, like, you're the monarch, course, and it goes from there. You can kind of guess what's going to happen, but also not really. I adore it. The world building in this is fantastic. The relationship between the characters is intense and beautiful and amazing. I cannot recommend this highly enough. And as mentioned, similar to how this has got lots of different books in the same world, this Queendom of the Seven Lakes is the second country in 4 different countries on the God-Kissed continent, and the author A.B. Endicott has written books that are set in the 3rd country, the 1st country and the 4th country. So you can definitely get a lot more background into this entire world and the entire continent by reading all of the different books, but this was my first one. This is the first one that she published, although it wasn't the first one that she wrote, and it's my favourite. Going into darker reads now, so we have the Slated trilogy by Terry, although I don't think it's a trilogy anymore. She actually has a prequel. I've not read the prequel yet, I've not had the chance to pick it up, but I have read the entire original trilogy. This is a dystopian where if you are a child and you've done a crime, you've committed some sort of wrong, what the society will do is they will take you, they will wipe your memory completely and then put you with like a foster family who will then raise you in the correct manner. So in this world you retain your like ability to eat, ability to speak, you know, you don't have to be re-taught the very basics, but you forget all of your personal memories and you have to build them up again. And we follow a girl who has been taken in by the daughter of one of the like richest, most influential politicians and is being raised by her, and she starts to get her memories back, which she shouldn't be able to do. This is amazing. I adore this book so much. I first read this actually on my phone during my A-levels. 2 like big things here. I read it on my phone during my A-levels. 1, where is my phone? It was this phone. It ain't big. 2, I didn't read during my A-levels because I was too stressed. So A-levels are 18 to 16-year-olds doing their higher exams before they go into uni. It is the equivalent of the first couple of years of an American degree in college. Or if you're German, it's an Abitur. That's when I read this, and I flew through it and I adored it. So if that doesn't tell you that you should pick it up, have you done education? It's hell, and I read this. Pick it up. Then I don't actually have this book, but I do have the art of the second one, and that is this Mortal Coil by Emily Savada, which is fantastic. This was the first book in years, not this one, this Mortal Coil, but here's this Mortal Coil. Okay, right, wonderful. So this is the first book in years that made me stay up until 3 AM to finish it, and then I angrily yelled at Emily Savada on social media because it was amazing. I read it via ebook. I need to grab myself a physical copy, but this is fantastic. It is a dystopian in a world where people can manipulate their DNA and play around with it, and we follow a character who has been kind of hidden away from society because everything's kind of collapsed, but she discovers that things aren't quite as they seem, and her dad, who's been living with her, hasn't been quite telling her the truth, and she goes out into this world and learns more. There's explosions of bodies, just FYI. This is why I said I was getting darker, so that's a thing that happens, but this is an amazing series. I haven't read the third one in the trilogy yet. I need to. It's gonna kill me. I'm scared. This series is fantastic. And then lastly, the darkest of them all, is Messenger of Fear by Michael Grant. You may know this name. He wrote the Gone series as well as some other really popular book series, but Messenger of Fear follows a girl who is currently, she's passed away and she is attached to the Messenger of Fear, and he goes around and basically scares the living shit out of people to teach them a lesson for being bad people and bad humans and doing shitty things. And when I say scare the shit out of, I don't mean like it's a mystical being and he creeps and he goes boom. No, he tortures them. But it's in like a metaphysical world rather than the real world. Things go back to normal when he's done, and he just continues to go around and torturing these people because they've made bad choices. And our main character, what is her name? Mara, she goes around with him, and she can't remember what happened, why she died, what was in her previous life, and that is slowly revealed to us over the book. So we follow Mara as she's kind of following the Messenger of Fear around, learning more about her life before she passed, and learning why she's been recruited by the Messenger of Fear, why she has to follow him around. It's a very dark book and a very quick book to read through. All of these, every single one of them that I have talked about today, if I can grab them all, has a sequel. These are all series. Both of these have sequels in their own series as well as spin-offs, other books in the world, and these all have other books in their immediate respective series, and guys, they're fantastic. These are books that I do not understand why there isn't more hype around them. Terry is a fantastic author. Emily Savada, an amazing author. Michael Grant is already really known, so I don't know why this book isn't more loved. Gail Gallagher needs more love. What are you all doing? And A.B. Endicott is an absolutely just fantastic self-published author. She's amazing, literally one of my favourite books ever. So these are 5 YA fantasy dystopian books that you probably haven't heard of that you really need to pick up. Please add these to your TBR because they're fantastic. Let me know down below if you have actually read any of these, and if you have, what you thought of them. I really want to speak to more people about these amazing, fantastic books. I loved them so much. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!